Hey guys, and welcome to another weekly makeup basket. If you don't know what these videos are, they're basically where I pick out my makeup for the week, incorporating products from Use It Up Projects, Project Pan, and just generally cycling through the products in my stash so everything gets equal love. And it's a great way to sort of filter in new things and tidy up old things and just stops me getting bored with my makeup. It's fun. So I'm going to go in the order that I apply my makeup, starting with the eyes. So for primer, I'm still using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's a firm staple. Love this stuff. For eye bases, I'm going to be going between the On and On Bronze, which I'm making steady progress with. And I also have Toast from e.l.f., which I have some good news on this front. I'm still sort of signed up to their newsletter system, and they sent out a newsletter saying that they're revamping the e.l.f. website and they're going to be bringing e.l.f. back into the UK, which is awesome. So here is Toast, and as you can see I'm sort of focusing on this edge, and yeah, I'm delighted with the progress so far. And there are swatches of both those. There's On and On Bronze, and that is Toast. For actual eyeshadow, I have ditched the Au Naturel palette from my Project Pan. I will talk about that in an update very soon. So I will be just sort of using whichever eyeshadows I fancy, really. I'm still using the Vintage Lace from Revlon, which is in my Project Pan. I use this as a highlight. I can't currently find Taupe from NYX, so I am using the MUA Matte 17 in its place, which, as you can see, I'm making a fair bit of progress on this now. For other eyeshadows, I wasn't sure which direction I wanted to go in, so I basically dug out a bunch of palettes. This is the gorgeous On the Rocks palette from Smashbox that came out this past Christmas, and this is what it looks like. Pretty much every colour you could possibly need, but it has nice nudes into some purples and blues and into some really smoky colours. I kind of really want to do something with this cool pink. I haven't worn pink eyeshadow in like a year, so it would be nice to give that a try. I also busted out the Laura Mercier Artist Palette, which looks like this. I've been particularly enjoying this fresco shade. I've made a massive well over the last week and a half. But yeah, enjoying those guys. And also the Naked palette. My neglected, beaten up Naked palette. And I'm sure you all know what this looks like inside. Got a lipstick on my teeth, but I'm going to be playing with this also. For eyeliner, I have two pencil liners. The Soft Kohl from Rimmel in black, and the Specialized liner in brown, rich brown even. And there's a little swatch of both of those. There's black, the thin one, and rich brown. It's quite a soft pencil, so you can't really get such a precise line, but there's those two. And I also have the number 7 Stay Precise liquid liner in black, which love this stuff so much. And there's a quick swatch of that also. For mascara, I have two. These are both in my Project Pan along with the liners. We have the Le Volume de Chanel mascara, which is starting to dry out a bit now. That's what the wand looks like. And then we have the Sumptuous Extreme mascara from Estee Lauder, which again, this one is starting to dry out a bit, but I do have a backup of this one. Onto the face. For primer, I'm using the Baby Skin primer from Maybelline. This is just a pore minimizing primer. I just use it in the sort of under eye area where my pores are largest, a little bit on my forehead, down the nose, and a little bit on my chin. For concealer, I have two that I'm using at the moment. We have the Touche Magique from L'Oreal, which I use under my eyes, and the Colour Stay from Revlon, which I use on all my blemishes before I apply my foundation. For the most part, it does have really good coverage. As you can see, it's kind of not covered these guys because they're very, very red. If I put a green concealer on with it, then maybe it might work better, but yeah. It does for day to day, and it makes me happy. For actual foundation, I'm mixing the Gosh BB cream with the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, which I'm currently having to store in an awkward angle, like literally balancing on this corner, because the pump that I have in it, the straw kind of tucks in there, so I have it balanced like that so I can get the most product out. It's almost finished, and so is the Gosh BB cream. Just flatten this out so you can see. All of this is all pretty much just air. Mostly all the product is up here. So these guys will probably be finished really, really soon. Then I can move on to other foundation products. For cream blush, I'm using the NYX cream blush in Natural still. As you can see, there is very, very little left. I'm determined to finish this up this week. So hopefully I will finish it up. I'm kind of getting a bit fed up of it, so I will be glad to be done with this. For actual blush, I have the e.l.f. in Peachy Keen. This is very, very sheer. It's mostly just shimmer. There's a quick swatch of it there. It is a very pale, sheer peach colour with lots of gold shimmer. And then we have the Nude Mauve from Max Factor, which is beautiful. I'm like obsessed with this blush. It's my most used blush for the last month. There's it there. And I also busted out a couple of MAC blushes to use as sort of either bronzers or blushes. We have Worldly Wealth, no, Equilibrium, I'm sorry. And this is what it looks like. There's a quick swatch of it there. So that's Equilibrium. These were both limited edition blushes from a long time ago. This is Garb. It was one of the first blushes that I purchased from MAC. And there is Garb there. It's just a very, very sort of neutral peach kind of matte blush. It's really pretty. It's really pretty. I'm sure MAC have similar blushes to these in their main collection. It's just I have its own limited ones. Onto actual bronzer. I've busted out the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm actually really enjoying this now. There's just a little tiny swatch of that there. I just kind of use it on a fluffy brush to sort of sculpt my cheeks a little bit and warm up the face. I'm not wearing it today. I used Garb to warm up my face today. I also busted out the Sleek Contouring Kit. I have it in the shade Light. I mostly took this out for the highlight that's in it. Also for the bronzer if I can. But and that's those two there. I'll quickly swatch those. So there is bronzer and there is the highlight. I'm actually really loving the highlight. I have it on at the moment. It is beautiful. The bronzer for my taste is a little bit warm. but I'm gonna work with it and see what I can do. For face powder, I'm using One Heck of a Block from Soap and Glory. This is really good mattifying powder, and it's very light and finely milled, and it doesn't like cake up your makeup as you apply it throughout the day. So I really kind of like this. It is quite expensive, so I don't know if I would continue purchasing this one. But if you want a good compact powder with a mirror, then the One Heck of a Block is a good one to go for. Now on to the fun part, the lips. I love lip products, so I'm just gonna wipe this off and then we can get started. So first of all, I busted out the e.l.f. matte lip pencil in Natural. You guys know I love this lip pencil. I have 4 backups of it. I like hoarded this pencil, so there is it there. I do also have 2 of the Revlon Kissable Balm stains. The first is Honey, which I've been getting a lot of use out of lately. And that's a quick swatch of it there. And the other is Lovesick. It's a gorgeous bubblegum hot pink shade, and I've been getting a lot of compliments on it every time I wear it. For actual lipstick, I have 3 products. First is the Fashionista in Cinnamon, which, as you guys know, is discontinued, but it's a fairly dupeable colour. It's very trendy right now, this sort of shade. It's kind of like Max Whirl. It's really pretty. And then I have my 2 Revlon lip butters. First is in Pink Truffle. And again, it's a very similar shade to Cinnamon. It's a bit pinker and a bit sheer. And then I have Red Velvet, which I found a cool way to wear red velvet. There is a swatch of it right there, but I like to wear this over Lovesick, and it kind of gives it a bit more of a pink base. So there is Red Velvet over, layered over Lovesick, and as you can see, it just kind of creates this really kind of rich, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks really pretty. It's freaking pretty. And if it helps me use up 2 products at the same time, then hey, I'm gonna rock it. And the last product is a lip gloss. This is Cargo's Tuscany. Some of you might remember this from my Finish 7 by Spring challenge, which didn't go all that well. But there's a swatch of it, and kind of goes really nice with what I'm wearing at the moment. If you're wondering what I have on at the moment, I have Natural lip pencil on as a base, a layer of Pink Truffle, and then a layer of Cinnamon on top, and now a layer of Tuscany. I'm quite liking layering my lip products at the moment, if you cannot tell. I know that's a lot of makeup to be wearing in the course of 1 week, but I kind of wanted options and choices, and since I've dropped my Au Naturel palette from the Project Pan, I kind of have 12 spaces to fill up. So I'm looking at it as kind of interviewing products for the openings. Does that make sense? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.